Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Summon Night. Actually recorded quite a bit of Summon Night actually. I think I recorded, like, I think I went through, I know I explored another dungeon and the rest of the labyrinth. Well, not the rest, well, as far as I could go with Labyrinth Key number 4. So I've recorded quite a bit, but we're just gonna get through the fire dungeon for, well, I'm calling it the fire dungeon. What is this? This is called Kagro Volcano. We're gonna get through the rest of this area by the end of this episode. So yeah, Natsumi here is the hero of Seijin we were hearing about earlier, or that we learned about earlier. So Natsumi tells them to return the sword, but they don't actually have the sword yet, so that really isn't a real issue. Urexa has kind of a different goal than Lubert. Lubert really just wants fame and glory. Urexa has another reason that we'll learn about later. And, oh. Lubert's knocked out completely, but as we can see there, Urexa is kind of still standing. Well, maybe that has something to do with... Maybe that'll be important later. Maybe not. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. But anyway, that summon creature, Natsumi summon, won't go away. It'll stay there, so you can't really do anything with it. So I don't know if there's like a treasure or something behind there. If you come back here after you're done with this dungeon, but I don't bother coming back because I'm not really that interested. Well, anyway, let's continue on with this dungeon, shall we? More enemies. I would say that the random battles like happen too often, but they're pretty short most of the time, so they aren't too annoying. So yeah, so we find out here that Urixa's just doing this to help out one person. Who that person is, we don't know yet. But there's one thing we will have to do here. We're gonna have to fight Urexa, one of the craft lords. And his summon creature is kind of stupid looking. But anyway. Now, this weapon of Urexa's is, well, it is, whatchamacallit, exclusive to him. We'll, a spoiler, I suppose. We'll fight him next time, and he'll have a similar looking weapon, or if not a similar, it looks the exact same. But it counts as two different weapons. So if you're going for like 100%, which is like getting every single type of weapon and everything like that, you're gonna need to break his weapon twice here. Well, you're gonna have to break it twice. His later fight will have a weapon that's considered different. But overall, he isn't too hard of a boss fight actually. He's pretty easy. His second encounter more so, because it's pretty much the same exact encounter, except that he does a little bit more damage and has more health, I suppose. Oh yeah, what I found out, I didn't find this out until like later, like in a dungeon or two later. Actually, in the second dungeon that I haven't finished exploring yet. But anyway, if you hold down on the D-pad and press A, with a drill, Terry here will just throw, do the normal attack, but he'll hold his drill there, so he'll do less damage, but he'll do it continuously. So instead of doing like 100 or so damage, he'll just do like 60 or 50, but he'll do it continuously, so it can do more damage in the long run. But if you're not hitting the enemy, you're kind of hurting yourself. Also, you can also charge the drill attack if you hold the A button, and then you'll go forward really fast and do it, an attack. I didn't know that. And I just found that out, but I just found that out like complete accident. Now, I don't know if this is like exclusive to later drill types, or whether or not you could have used it the whole time. I can assume you could have used it the whole time, but the only reason I found out that you could hold the drill for like a stronger attack was the fact that I held the A button a little longer than I usually do. No, what I was doing, I was trying to do I found the down on D-pad and A button attack, which is like holding the drill there, and I was trying to do that, but I didn't press down on the D-pad, and instead I held the A button, and he did that little charge attack, and I was kind of surprised that there was actually a lot of attack variations, or variety of attacks you can do, and I thought there was only the standard attack option. This game had a lot more depth than I originally thought of. Keep in mind that I'd never used. This is my second playthrough, and I never used those other battle techniques in my original playthrough of this game. And some dragon puppies. I'm glad they're having a different. I'm glad they're having us explore different areas in this game, because in the beginning you just pretty much explore the labyrinth, which was the game's major downfall there. But now there are actually several different areas that we do go to later. After this, we go to an actual dungeon-looking place, and the Daglian soldiers' base, I think. We go there. I haven't finished exploring or recording the rest of that base, but I do go into it, so something we do. Anyway, I go back because there's a portal I didn't go to, and I just wanted to see what was there. And there is a enemy encounter. No, but seriously, there is some spike shooters. There actually is a piece of equipment that is better than the spiral ring that I do have. I forget where exactly I get it, but I do have it. I don't equip it until later, but I think it might be the spike shoes. I forget, but there's a piece of equipment better than the spiral ring that I believe I have equipped right now. And oh, that's not creepy looking. So this sort of like little thing that Summoner's talking about makes me think that Natsume is from a different Summonite game. Like, this is the first Summonite Swordcraft story game, but there were other Summonite games before this, I believe. So I think Natsume is either from a previous. I believe Natsume is from a previous one. I'm going through the text kinda fast, but It's usually how fast I read it anyway. She makes a basketball reference, but we don't understand that reference. But anyway, this guy is tough. Also, we find out that Natsume is a linker, but I have no idea what that is. Anyway, this guy's tough. You might want to have in chat Aqua. I think we have that. But this guy is freaking tough, man. I almost lost against this guy. Look how much damage he does. Oh, why did I do? I shouldn't have done a healing spell so early there, but I did. Because I'm stupid, I suppose. Anyway, I don't have really much of a strategy for this guy. You might want to be under him instead of in front of me, instead of in front of him like I am, because he'll attack you less from there. You won't get hit as much by much of his attack. So go under him instead of like right in front of him like I am. So I don't know if you're supposed to lose this fight or not, because Natsumi does say that she'll take over for us eventually. But she doesn't do that in this fight. So I do kill this guy. It's not like I lose against this guy. So I don't know if you're supposed to win against him or whether you're supposed to lose or not, or whether or not losing is an option that you can have. I was pretty afraid that I was gonna lose here. I just barely beat this guy, I think. And a little attack there that he does. Like, you can't block against it. So I was pretty sure, considering I had no more healing spells, that I was gonna lose here. But somehow this guy like messes up doesn't do a lot of his stronger attacks, and I just end up beating him. I think at the end here you'll see me actually go under him and attack him, and he isn't able to hurt me as much, like right here. That's the only attack that he does that can actually hurt you when you're under him. Like he doesn't appear to try to do any other attack, because he goes up to do that swipe attack but then comes right back down, because I assume he can't actually hit us in the one we're in the corner here. So I'd say just go under him like this and then attack him. You probably have an easier time doing that than what I was doing, but I defeat him, barely, but I do defeat him, and he gives quite a bit of experience. So I think the Magatama necklace is the piece of equipment that gives us a lot of attack and agility. So we did defeat the beast. So she catches the summoner guy, the evil summoner guy. And I don't think we meet Natsumi again. We might, but I don't think we see her again. Yeah, that kind of like weird dialogue. It makes me think that translation was kind of a bit weird. Oh, right. Supposedly she's from a different world completely, so I'm pretty sure she's from another Summonite game and she's not from this one, but I don't know. Well, and well, I actually do. Natsumi is from another Summon Night game. She's the main female, one of the main female protagonists in the original Summon Night game. So she is important actually. So she's after reading her a brief description, she's a high school girl from Japan, I would assume, and she gets transformed. She is transported into this world. Lindbaum, I think is what she calls it. So that happens. I mean, I was sure that she was from another Summon Night game, considering all the different things there. So I assume this is post. This is either during the original Summon Night or after the Summon Night ends, because Linker is supposedly Linker is the later in the game she becomes a Linker, aka King of Elgo, uses newfound powers and all conflicts in Sage. Considering she's considered a hero, I assume that's what I assume this game takes place after the original Summon Night. So I was kind of confused why Rexa asked us about the hero and Sagent, but I assume the reason he asks us is because if you played the original, you would know about her, and so you could actually answer his question if you actually did know about her if you played the original Summon Night. Hang on. I wonder, when did the original Summon Night come out? Let's see. Trying to find out here. The original Summon Night was released on the PlayStation, was remade for Nintendo DS. Summon Night 2, 2001, Summon Night 3. Alright. Did the original Summon Night actually get released here in the US, or I'm wondering whether or not it actually got released in the US or not. Nope, the original game was never been brought over to the United States, so there was you shouldn't know Natsumi at all. Well, a normal kid wouldn't know Natsumi or would recognize her. Is there a translation patch for this? Who knows? It doesn't appear that there is a translation patch for the original Summon Night. Yeah, there is no translations available for the originals. As far as I'm aware, there's no English patch. So the Summon Night Swordcraft sword games are spin-offs of the originals, which are strategy RPGs with visual novel elements and dating sim elements. We are getting Summon Night 5 on the PSP though later this year in 2015, and I may think of picking that game up when it comes out, and maybe I'll play it for my channel. Who knows? Well, anyway, Razzie wants us to come to dance with her, and you'll be forced to go with Razzie either way, so you might as well say you'll go with Razzie. But anyway, well, this cutscene, it's not gonna finish by the time this episode's end. By the time this episode ends. So anyway, we have around 50 seconds left. So in this episode. So I'll see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye.